How you going, Andrew?
I'm going good.
You good? You're in charge of camera tonight?
I am.
Yeah, lucky. Got all the power.
Yeah.
Right, so you've got to like.
Is it John?
Yeah.
These are my friends.
Hey, cool.
Andrew, put that away.
Yeah, we so like I went to this class and she's kind of extremely much like 5 acre coming on top of it. Yeah, it's kind of this it's quite cozy because we have and they've erected plastic beavers on the riverside.
Just how like really good comedy stuff. Great job. Very like
Andrew.
Hey.
Thank you, mate. Great job. And Andrew, this guy's name's Andrew as well.
Yeah.
Good name. How's baby brother going?
He's going really well.
Now, there's only water in this, Andrew.
Ah. Huh?
Are you right for a drink?
Huh?
You okay for a drink?
Yeah, I'm okay for a drink, thanks. Yeah, I've got to save some for the speeches.
I know. Oh, are you? Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
The speeches.
Oh, yes.
Do you mean like some potato roast?
Here, only one more. Come on, do that. Beautiful.
Yeah, he's totally the one I'm thinking of. He's kind of not like.
I sent you an email from
Yeah?
What I reckon you should do?
Yeah?
Just turn the camera off.
I always knew I was never going to be a secondary school teacher, and now I understand why. Listen, thank you very much for coming along here tonight. I need to put my glasses on though because. Thanks for coming off this auspicious event. I know some of you have come from out of town and put your life at risk in dangerous Christchurch. Let's.
I was told I was supposed to stay with you.
What are you supposed to do? Oh, Nancy, you can stay. You're taking your life in, taking your life in your hands, coming to Christchurch. Hopefully, old Grumpy leaves us alone for a couple of hours before he settles in with another rattle. So, I have to say that it only seems like yesterday that Edward entered this world. He was actually a couple of years late. Not a couple of years, a couple of weeks late. However, over the years. However, over the years, he's sort of caught up, you know what I mean? However, he is a last minute man, and the evidence of the last minute man is up on that TV up there. We should be seeing photos of Edward from his childhood, but I don't know whether it's by design or by bad luck. Or by lack of planning, but we couldn't get it to go when we arrived here this afternoon. But if you could have seen those photos, you'd only have to look at them to see that Edwin's been a showman right from the very beginning. From drama classes at primary school, he had soon had a part in the children's chorus of Joseph. And from there, it seems like we've spent almost every week either being in a show or preparing for a show. So, of some description anyway. He even managed to get me on stage a couple of times. So, which was when Edward was at Boys High that we realised that this talented kid was starting to demonstrate. What's wrong? You could be the sign language person, right? Whenever it was at Boys High, we suddenly started to notice that this talented kid was starting to demonstrate some confidence and leadership that we hadn't seen before. Boys High had a reputation for being a strong sporting school. However, Edward, along with Chris and the arts team, succeeded in demonstrating that the school also had a depth in performing arts that until then had been missing. I suppose it's traditional at this stage to stand around to tell some embarrassing stories about Edward and.
Oh, thanks. All right.
And you know, say that we never thought he'd get to the grand old age of 21. However, the truth is.
The hell were you expecting?
However, Edward has excelled in everything that he's attempted. I want to say that Nancy and I are very proud of him, and we're certain he has a great future ahead of him. There's only one major challenge, and that's Accounting 101. Edward, that's our third time lucky, Edward. Edward, we wish you lots of love. We hope you have a happy birthday and all the best for a very best future. Now we do have another couple of people who would like to say something, and I've got Eli.
And that's not me.
That's not you. Nancy, I'm sure Eli would like it on sign language as well. But Eli,
That's what forgive me, I'm really frazzled because we had an earthquake in Auckland yesterday. I was on the plane back today and I was so excited about seeing Eddie, which is something that I feel like every time I come back to Christchurch. And it's weird for me because we haven't actually been friends for like that long. It's not like we were like kids together. It's like 3 or 4 years. And when we first hung out, it wasn't even like this amazing, crazy time where we got along. Me, Eddie, Brinley and Chris, the combination that would become so amazing, hung out one night in Eddie's stinky bedroom and we played...
Very stinky.
Very stinky. We played Guess Who. And to this day, I will say that I made a new rule where you can only say non-visually specific information like, does your person smell like cheese? Eddie also maintains that he came up with this rule, so there's a lot of contention from that first meeting.
That's a fight.
But somehow, later on. But somehow we made it through that, and I'm still, it feels like we've been friends for ages, and I'm not sure why I feel that. It could be because Eddie, as anyone who's friends with Eddie will know, he's got a very convincing way of convincing you stuff that you don't actually think. Like, if Eddie really likes something, he'll be like, look, the snowball from Denny's is the best dessert that I have had in my life. And suddenly you're totally sold on that idea, which is an amazing skill. Like I never liked Lady Gaga, and then he was like, Bad Romance is the best music video of all time. And then I like took that.
There have been at least 8 best music videos of all time.
There's been as many best desserts of all time. But this is one of Eddie's major skills. And the main time I got to know Eddie was when we worked at Marbex, or the CD and DVD store, together. And Eddie's a really good salesperson, if you didn't know, because he's really charming and he's really likable, and people want to buy stuff off him. And he also has some really deceptive, evil tools, which he uses to sell people things. The three main things which Eddie uses to sell CDs. Number one, if someone comes up and they're like, oh, this Weezer CD, is it as good as their old album? Eddie would say, it's like you don't have to have heard the album, by the way, to use any of these techniques. It's got some like new edgy stuff, they're trying new things, and there's also a couple of really cool old classic Weezer tunes that you'll love. People buy the CD. Rule number two, and the most frequently heard phrase at Marbex, which I then employed myself and sold a lot of CDs using this. You can use this for any album, is it's just that one of those great CDs that you can put it on in the car, and you can put it on when you've got guest surrounds and just have it in the background. You can also just put it on and sit down and have a really good listen to it. Which is true of any album. And the number three, which was kind of the emergency thing. If someone came up to the counter and were like, is this a good album? Eddie would say, actually me and Eli were just talking about that CD, and Eli says, it is the best album of 2001. And then I would just have to back up that information. But Eddie is a really wonderful guy. I love hanging out with him. I was so excited about spending more time with him and coming back to Christchurch. He's just a really honest person. He tells you how he's feeling all the time, but even when he's grumpy, he can kind of have fun. And I am so excited to be with him on his 21st, because he's a chill bro.
Video down there.
Ewan has been the best brother to me in the past 21 years. And I think, sorry, and I look forward to being his brother for another 21. Without Edward, I wouldn't be the only child. There will be no one to boss me around. It brings back a lot of memories. I remember that Edwin loved to sing Michael Jackson in the lounge at North Street. I also remember holding Edward when he was just a little baby. But he has got a bit big net now. He has been there for Mum and me in good times and some very bad times. He helped Mum when Gretel died.
Gretel was
Dad was away. It was 1 o'clock in the morning. But he was helped Mum take Gretel to the vet. Then he looked after Mum and me for the first big earthquake. Dad was away fishing. One of the worst things about Edward was when I slept on a sleeping bag. He brought it and I broke my foot.
It was an accident.
Waiting to
It was one of the saddest moments in my life.
I'll see you guys later.
However, he helped me get around with plaster on my leg. He loves to sing and he's a real actor. Even when we had both been naughty, he was pretty good at acting innocent. So Edward, I love you so much. You have been the best brother I have ever had. And I am proud to be standing here tonight wishing you all the best and looking forward to being your best brother forever. Have a
22. I'm similar to Eli, that everyone kind of assumes that me and Eddie have been friends since way back when, since we were little and things like that, which isn't actually the case. People often go, oh yeah, you know, are you brother and sister or are you dating? And I have to kind of go, oh no, we've just been very, very good friends for a long time. So I met Eddie in 2006, I think, in the high school theatre sports competition, and my first vision of Eddie was his beaming face come running up to me in a theatre sports game, braces on his teeth, big afro, thermals rolled up, and like a funny slogan on his t-shirt, and needless to say I was just hooked from then on. So me and Eddie went on a few dates, which was really fun. We then realised from then on that our dates didn't end the way normal ones would, in, you know, romantic hand-holding or looking deeply into each other's eyes. They ended in laughing till I wet my pants, and us dressing up in crazy clothes, and Chris coming around for some weird games. Also, Eddie always put on 90s music for us to dance to, which was carefully hand-chosen by him to suit the mood and the lighting and what you were wearing and like what you would listen to an hour before. I had to like compliment exactly. No one could touch the stereo except for him. Yeah, so that was fun. And I have to say, Eddie, he'll always look out for you, and he'll always think, what does this person need right now? So he'll go and put on some music, he'll turn on some lights, he'll put on a jacket and pretend to be a host of an imaginary restaurant that's in his next room. Because Eddie is all about the mood, which is his catchphrase. So he'll always make you feel really, really at home and things like that. So after learning about all these crazy things, I was more and more obsessed with Eddie as the time went on, friendship-wise. And I was always around Eddie's house, always in Eddie's car, and Nancy And Nancy's and Chris's, you know, oh, hello Brindley, how are you? Kind of turned into, oh, hi Brindley, Eddie's in his room, off we go. We started finishing each other's sentences and finishing each other's jokes. Which Eddie didn't like because I always told them worse than he could. And like we started knowing what each other would order at restaurants. So for example, Eddie at KFC orders a large snack burger combo with a Mountain Dew and a little bit of extra salt, but don't go to town with it. Which actually he recorded in my birthday as well. So that will always remain in my heart, that order. And I think when I'm in Wellington, when I'm at KFC, I think, oh, I'll get a large snack burger combo with Mountain Dew.
If we have nothing else, Brindley, we've got KFC.
Yes, crappy foods and love. And like, I think just like, I can't summarize our friendship in any kind of special words or anything. We're just like inseparable. You're like the closest thing to a brother to me than like anybody else.
What about your brother?
And you're so generous. You're so kind, and I think it often gets overlooked about actually how you know, kind and caring and stuff you are. And you're extremely hilarious. You always make me laugh, and I just look forward to continuing being your best friend forever and ever.
3 years of drama still.
Yeah. 3 pages. Okay. So Eddie, I'm Chris. I'm Eddie's friend from high school, but I think to say that we're high school friends sort of devalues our friendship a little bit. So I met Eddie when I was 14, and we've been friends ever since. We've sort of been inseparable ever since, really. And when you spend so much time with someone like that, you really learn a lot about them. And I've sort of learned quite a lot of things about Eddie. Like I know his favourite shade of green is this very specific emerald green. I know his love for the barbecue bacon cheeseburger. I know that you can't start driving the car until you turn the music on, and what song.
And I've heard that music in the car and it's far too loud.
I turn it down every time. And I also know that Eddie knows the entire Wizard of Oz off by heart. But the main thing I've learned about Eddie is that he obsesses about things. Like just all these, so you can see this in the way Eddie dresses. And like over the years, I've sort of watched Eddie's sort of anthology of fashion. So it sort of started with Eddie's, colourful T-shirt and rolled up thermals, and chucks, sometimes alternating chucks. That sort of grew into graphic T-shirt Eddie, which then sort of grew into white and black T-shirt Eddie, which then he got his glasses. And then he white T-shirt Eddie with black suspenders and a bowler hat. And then we had vest and tie Eddie. And then that grew into bow tie Eddie. And now into the Eddie we love today.
Unicycle Eddie.
Oh, well, we're coming to that. Right? Eddie's purchases over the years. Just sort of at Boys High, every day Eddie would come up to me. I've got this really great idea for this thing, and you sort of run me past it, and every time my reaction would go, no, I really don't think that's a good idea, it sounds like a waste of money. But sure enough, a week later, Eddie would have it in his hand. We have the Zarfoon, which is this very unique instrument, which is sort of a blend between an oboe and a clarinet. We have a stock whip, spring stilts, a Rubik's Cube, unicycle, about 8 harmonicas, his entire music collection, and now all his Apple technology. Then we have Eddie's food obsessions, honey roasted peanuts, LCMs, porridge, chocolate and peanut butter milkshakes, tuna melt, Fanta and Heineken, which we're all drinking tonight. But I think Eddie's main obsession are his friendships. Eddie will text you every day to see how you are. He'll Facebook you every day to check on what you're up to. He drives me around Christchurch everywhere, since he got his license, and to the point that I don't have my license because I know that Eddie can drive me around in his mother's car. Eddie will see all my shows, no matter how bad they are. He feeds me at his house, and he every day will come in with a joke and a smile, and sort of light up the room a bit. And now I say nice thing to Eddie.
It's just approach it on the cup show.
But Eddie, it's been a great 7 years, and you have impacted me as a person so much, and you know, I'm eternally grateful to have you in my life. And you're like the best friend. You're beautiful. You're so funny. You're so smart. And I love you. Yeah. So happy birthday.
So Eddie has been our friend for so long. So Eddie, everybody listen to our song.
I know a guy with a lot of curly hair. Dapper suits and sweater vests is what he likes to wear.
Matching shirt to his bow tie. Harry Potter glasses on his eyes.
Denny's and LCM's, McDonald's, KFC and lots of Heinekens.
Eddie's always in the mood for eating lots of fatty food.
I don't want to waste my time drinking at the pub. I'd rather celebrate with Eddie at the tennis club. People all around him are laughing. It's just a classic Eddie thing. Shouts the gang around when you're drinking. So Eddie, yeah. So Eddie, yeah. Dining at our favorite restaurant, Chase. There was a classic Eddie face, flying his stunt kite on windy days. Oh yeah, so Eddie. CD, Blu-ray records, Eddie has it all. A giant box of condoms, a stock with alcohol.
Crazy purchases every day. He from Cabaret.
Eddie will converse with such style, wit and grace. But if you touch his torso, he'll kick you in the face.
Driving us near and far, shavings in his mother's car.
I wanna waste my time in a North City. I'd rather be in Christchurch at the birthday of Eddie.
People all around are laughing. It's just a classic Eddie. Shouts the gang around when you're drinking. So Eddie, yeah. So Eddie, yeah. Dining at favorite restaurant, Chase. There was a classic Eddie face, flying his sunlight on windy days. Oh yeah. So Eddie.
And I say Eddie, you say awesome. Eddie,
Awesome!
Eddie.
Awesome! I say happy, you say birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Yeah, dance everyone!
Don't let the track play out. Can't finish it premature.
Oh my gosh! My drink's gone. I think we should all have a toast quickly now to Eddie. I think that's fine.
Oh no. Oh no.
Well, I was going to actually do something a little bit simple, but unfortunately I think Edward hid it.
I didn't touch it. I don't know where it's gone, but I didn't touch
And
it.
also the videos that were supposed to be on the TV aren't there because we had all these pictures of Edward with his little etc. And he was prone to sucking his thumb and he was prone to holding his sheet.
Who wasn't it, right?
And I was going to produce him with the sheet tonight, the old sheet.
I don't know. I genuinely, I wouldn't have known where to find it. Nancy comes up to me before and she goes, "Where have you put it?" I was like, what are you talking about?
Because that was in the photos. He had this whole thing, we had cot sheet. He was the yellow sheet. Then it went to the blue sheet because the yellow sheet sort of disappeared. I think they got left at the grandma's, and that was the sheet I had. Then that sheet disappeared, and he stole the nightie. Sorry, Edward, nobody else has done this tonight. I did it.
Because no one else knew, Mum.
Most people would say, you know, where's my sheet? It came to, where's my nightie? And I was going to present him with the sheet tonight, but I couldn't find it. We did have it. Grandma, which was left at Grandma's. Grandma came back. I don't know where it is, but sorry, Edward, but I had to.
I'm sure I can live without it, Mum. But thank you. That's ideal.
But we love you dearly.
I love you too. Thank you everybody for coming along. I don't really I'm not really used to having people talk about me. It's kind of standing going in the back. But thank you very much for coming. It's so nice to have everyone in one room who I kind of love and enjoy being with. Let's get drunk.
Yeah! Toast to Eddie on his 21st birthday.
Go around, Eddie.
Hi, welcome to 14 Bristol Street. This is where I live. We're just going up the deck. You see a nice deck where I'm going to redecorate this deck. At some point soon. We are just walking through into the lounge, and here's our kitchen. This is the kitchen. Our sink. A few dirty dishes though. We got a jug. We got oh. We got nice cupboard doors. A nice fridge. We'll go across here. And we have a dishwasher. Finally. Oven and stove. And microwave. We come through into our living room. Over here we have a TV. Matthew on the couch. Sleeping, I would imagine. As we walk through into here, we have a laundry. I love the laundry too. We have finally got a dryer, and we've got a washing machine. Now this door here, there's a secret behind this door, because this door comes through and into one of the staff toilets, which we won't go in, and this goes right. This goes right
into the hostel itself. We're not going to go in, and in there is Joan's office, which we won't go in. But this goes right in, and there's an office just next to there, and that's where all the team leaders are. But this goes all the way into the hostel. We're not going to go into the hostel to disturb anyone, but that's where the walk into the hostel is. Now we come back through here. We come through into another dark hallway. And the first stop we go through is the linen cupboard. This was once a girl's flat. This was once a girl's flat before we moved in. Right, we'll close this now. I'll take you into my room. This is my room with my computer. Built in, well, Dad built in my bookshelf, so it won't fall over in any more earthquakes or aftershocks, which is lucky. My TV and my chest of drawers, and just over here, I'll just show you, I've got cupboards. I'm filming, Bryce.
Oh yeah.
I am.
What are you filming?
I'm filming the flat.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah.
You were going to do that.
And so that's it. And that's my cupboards.
And that's this cupboard, folks.
And that's Bryce.
Hello.
Hey Bryce.
Hello.
Anyway, we'll move on. This over here is what we call a bathroom. It's quite dark in the bathroom. Let's turn on some lights. Yeah, here we go. And this is our bathroom, toilet, a basin, a mirror, handrails, toilet paper holder, and a shower. One thing good about this shower is we don't sit deep into a bath like you will have seen in the other flat over at number 4, which is quite handy. We now leave the bathroom and we walk down a bit more. I'll show you in here. This is where we keep a vacuum cleaner and our ironing board. And I don't know what that's doing up there. Okay, we'll now take you in Bryce's room. This is Bryce's room, his computer and his TV. That is Matthew's room. I don't think we'll go into Matthew's room, but his door is a little closed and a little open. Now, let's go back into my room. There's nothing else to film outside because not enough garden to do so. Anyway, we'll stop now.